My name is Del Martin. I was formerly a teacher. I taught graphic arts, printing, and screen printing was a part of that. And so it kind of became a passion of mine. People wanted shirts and things printed, and so they naturally would come to me, and since I didn't really feel I could do it as part of my teaching job, I began doing it at home. And eventually it grew to the point where it was too big of a business to continue as a sideline, and I had to make a decision about whether this was where God was leading me, and if that was the case, I had to make a decision between that and my full-time teaching job. So as soon as I made the decision to pray about it, and then, you know, knowing that at the end of the month I was going to be going one way or the other, I had a peace that God was leading me in this direction, and therefore I should take a step in faith. The first a couple months were a little scary because the business was really not at the point where it would support us, and I gave up, along with a good salary, I gave up a lot of benefits. But God was faithful, and we started making contact with other businesses just pretty much by word of mouth, and the business has slowly grown since then. I believe I've always felt the business was a gift from God, not something that I had intentionally planned or strategized about. It's really exciting to be able to look back and believe that God led you, you know, here, and here, and that's how I got to where I am today. That's exciting to me. We do depend on God's provision for our families, our welfare, and so on. And I know from experience in my life that God is faithful. God makes some people wealthy because then they're better able to help, you know, when there are financial needs. But that's not a measure of success in my mind. A measure of success has more to do with, you know, how many people have you affected positively for the Lord. I believe that's the most important thing, that everybody that God brings into our life, that we have some kind of positive influence on their life and toward of encouraging them toward the Lord. I decided a long time ago that if I had to print things that compromise my character or my beliefs, I didn't want to be in business. And we've made customers angry at us because of that. We've also had customers thank us for, you know, holding the line, because it made it easier for them. They could go tell their customer that our printer won't print this. We feel that we have to answer to God for whatever we put on a t-shirt. The first couple years of the business, all of our employees would have been Christian. I was a little, you know, hesitant to just hire anybody, but then I realized that having employees and being able to minister into their lives and teach them about Jesus was my best opportunity for ministry. We've had some employees accept Christ here. Each Wednesday morning we have a little bit of a devotional with some scripture. After the devotional, it gave me a better opportunity to speak to employees. Probably the most difficult thing in trying to help people is making investments in their lives, and that takes a lot of time and sometimes money. But if our purpose is to change people's lives, you know, the money and the time is secondary.
God gives us gifts and passions that drive us to chase those gifts. Our job is not to ignore them for something guaranteed reliable. Use your gifts. Dedicate them to serving God and others. There you will find great success, joy, and peace. What are your gifts? How do you define success? Will you be faithful with what you have been given?